Taking a look now at the Padres starting lineup, shortstop Everth Cabrera will lead off, followed by Will Venable in right field, Seth Smith in left field, Yasmani Grandal behind the plate, Jed Jerko at second base, Yonder Alonso at first, Cameron Maben, free agent acquisition in center field, Jace Peterson at third, and the lefty Robbie Erlin on the bump. Padres come into today's game at 12-16, fourth in the NL West. They're looking to make up some ground on their division rivals up in the Bay Area. As we get a good look now at the Giants starting pitcher, Tim Hudson. Addison, what do you like the most about Tim Hudson's game?
Yeah, Tim Hudson, a veteran, and through 5 starts, he's been really efficient for the Giants. 25 strikeouts to only 2 walks, allowed 27 hits in 37 innings of play, keeping that ERA really low, and he's been really good, particularly against right-handed pitching, and he's been able to avoid giving up huge, big hits, extra base hits, only 2 home runs allowed in those 5 starts coming into this one for Tim Hudson. He's got one of the lowest whips in Major League Baseball this season as we take a look at that statistic right there. And how he stacks up against some of the top guys in Major League Baseball right now as we're early in the season. The Giants 16-11, top of the NL West as it stands, looking to build on that as we head into today's ball game.
Tim Hudson on the mound, backed up by the Giants defense as we get a good look around the infield. Joaquin Arias at third, Brandon Crawford at short, Brandon Hicks second base, Brandon Bell at first base. The catcher will be Buster Posey. Left to right across the outfield will be Michael Morris, Juan Perez, and Hunter Pence in right field. And we've got a good look at the Bay Area, the California hornblower passing by AT&T Park on a beautiful afternoon. Everth Cabrera almost set to get in the box as we've got a great game on hand tonight. Everth Cabrera, lefty for the Padres. Good leadoff hitter with a high OPS at 679. He'll look to get the Padres off on a good start, get on base for his hitters. Tim Hudson with the first pitch. Bottom outside corner for a strike. Great first pitch for Hudson.
And not a ton of velocity from Tim Hudson at this point in his career, but location and command, that's his real strong suit. You see him painting the outside corner there with a fastball to get things started.
Cabrera, fast utility infielder for the Padres. Chops at the second pitch, ground ball to Bell. He'll take it himself to the base. Quick out for the Giants.
Yeah, Brandon Belt, the athletic first baseman for the Giants. Is a good-looking play there to get things started for San Francisco. Going to be important to protect Tim Hudson and his pitch count throughout this game. They want to get as many innings possible out of him, and a good start there to induce that ground ball and keep Everth Cabrera and his speed off the base paths.
Addison, what do you like most about Tim Hudson's sinker that is going to be pretty big for him to get going early today?
Yeah, I kind of alluded to it earlier, just his ability to locate, and we saw it with that first pitch to Cabrera to lead off the game and able to kind of tail it away from those left-handed hitters, and he's really good against right-handed hitters as we saw to begin this one, but obviously that sinker able to tail away from the lefty Everth Cabrera on that last at-bat.
Will Venable up second, another ground ball right to Brandon Bell. Takes it himself. Easy 2 outs for the Giants. Venable, a hitter who with power against Hudson, but Hudson able to get the first at bat. Seth Smith, the left fielder, up next for the Padres. They're looking for their first base runner tonight. Seth Smith, of course, acquired from the Oakland Athletics. Comes to San Diego, hoping to hit a lot of home runs into that right field home run porch. Smith comes into the game with a 273 average. Good start to the season for the left fielder. Hudson, outside, first pitch. First Padres hitter to get ahead on the count. Seth Smith will be followed by Yasmani Grandal if he's able to get on base. Hudson with the second pitch. Right on that outside corner.
And as you said, Harry, Seth Smith, a powerful left-handed bat. He's known for being able to drive the ball to all parts of the field. Certainly a good gap-to-gap hitter. and a guy who's known to be able to put one out of the ballpark in crucial times for his teams.
Good eye there from Smith, letting that one go low. 2-1 count to Smith, 2 outs, top of the first, as we get a good look at Bud Black, Padres manager, longtime Padres manager. Very consistent with his squad, very calm demeanor in the dugout, as Smith is looking to get on base for the Padres, get a base runner on. Hudson, the pitch. Fought off by Smith into left field. Going to be handled by Michael Morse in left field, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Tim Hudson as we head to the bottom of the first. Perez, Pence, and Posey due up for the Giants. As we get a good look at the Giants starting lineup, Juan Perez in center field, Hunter Pence in right. 8-game hitting streak. Great start to the season for Pence. Buster Posey behind the dish. Michael Morse in left. Brandon Belt at first. Brandon Hicks at second base. Brandon Crawford at shortstop. And Joaquin Arias at third base. Tim Hudson, of course, the pitcher. And the Padres got a lefty as well, Robbie Erlin, on the bump. Only 1 homer allowed so far this season. Good start for the young lefty. What do you like about this guy on the mound?
Yeah, a bit of a unfortunate record to start this season for Erlin. 6.35 ERA and a 1-3 record to begin things. Decent strikeout numbers with 20 coming into the game for Erlin. He's going to be up against a really solid Giants lineup. In the middle of that lineup with Hunter Pence, who's coming into this game on an 8-game hitting streak, and Buster Posey, who's been known to punish lefty pitching, as we take a look at the Padres' defense here.
Around the outfield, Seth Smith in left, Maben in center, Venable in right. In the infield, Peterson at third, Everett Cabrera the shortstop, Jed Jerko at second, Yonder Alonso at first, and Yasmani Grandal behind the dish, as Perez looks at a ball for the first pitch. What makes this Giants lineup so offensive, so attacking at all points of the lineup, Addison?
Yeah, these Giants hitters are just really solid at the plate, and they're going to make you pitch to them, and they're not going to make mistakes. They're not going to beat themselves. They're going to make you throw strikes, and they're also going to make you defend all parts of the field. They'll put pressure on you with their legs. You see Juan Perez there with a nice liner down the left field line that just goes foul.
Foul. Had the distance for a homer, but just foul, as Perez will have to go back to the box.
And all these, as you take a look at Pablo Sandoval and Angel Pagan, just some guys who aren't even in the lineup today for the Giants, as Yasmani Grandal taking a visit out to Robbie Erlin.
We get a good look at this replay, just missing the foul pole. That was close, so close to being a home run. Leadoff homer for the Giants. Erlin delivers the 1-2. Fought off by Perez. Going to be an infield fly ball. Jace Peterson makes the easy catch for the first Padres out.
And Perez just kind of got jammed there and popped that one up to the infield. Nice play there by Peterson to get things started. And this is going to be a big matchup tonight. Hunter Pence, as we already alluded to, coming into this game, hitting very well. .419 average over his last 8 games rather. Coming into the game today, .252 average with 2 homers on the season.
Hitting pretty good against the Padres as well, as Erlin with the first pitch misses outside. Hunter Pence, batting glove on his left hand, no glove on his right. Has hit pretty well against the Padres for his entire career as he looks at ball 2. Pence just likes to see a Padre jersey on the mound, knows he's going to do damage when they come to town. Erlin, the 2-0. Fought up the middle from Pence for a base hit, first hit on the game as Maben returns it to the infield. Pence gets our first hit on the night.
Yeah, just a nice piece of hitting there from Hunter Pence, getting things started for the Giants offensively. As we flash back here, Buster Posey, who's about to step to the plate for the Giants last night. A deep home run for San Francisco. And Posey going to look to follow that up here today with a big hit. But Hunter Pence, just a nice job going with that ball, driving that into center field, and getting the Giants their first base runner of this one.
Erlin picks off Pence, easily back safe. Got to keep him close with the dangerous Posey at the dish. Posey with an early 834 OPS to start the season. Gets his first pitch, swings through that one. Erlin, a good off-speed pitch there, had Posey a little off balance.
And he's gone with that fastball at about 90, 91 to start this game. A couple times on the outside corner, slowed it down at about 83 with the changeup, and virtually the same location, and Posey was way out in front.
Erlin looking for a double play ground ball. The 0-1 is a strike. Pence tries to steal, and he's safe. He got under the tag by Jerko. Great slide by Pence. The throw was there, just Pence able to slide under it.
It was a good throw there from Yasmani Grandal. That was a bang-bang play at second base. You see Grandal, the throw, and Jerko, not really the greatest catch and tag there. You want to see him probably get out in front of that base and make a little bit better of a swipe tag. But Pence able to get under and swipe one for the Giants here. Now they got a runner in scoring position with Posey at the dish. Still 0-2 the count, though. And another visit out to the mound from Yasmani Grandal to his pitcher, Robbie Erlin.
Grandal wants to make sure him and Erlin are on the same page here. Runner in scoring position. Dangerous Posey at the dish. Don't want to let the Giants get a base hit here. Get an early 1-0 lead. Erlin readies his 0-2 to Posey. Fought off. Infield fly ball. Jerko's going to be under this one, and he secures it for the second out. Robbie Erlin 1 out away from getting out of this first inning. Couple early fly balls. Addison, what are you seeing that Erlin's doing to create these easy pop-ups?
Yeah, he's jamming these Giants hitters. It's another situation where Posey just got one in on the hands and was way behind that ball and muscled that one out, as you said, to the second baseman, and Jerko able to make that catch. But seems like this off speed that Erlin's been able to mix into a few of these early counts is throwing the Giants off and force some of these pop-ups.
Morris has been hot, especially against the Padres. 302 average early in the season as he looks at ball one.
And Michael Morse is not the guy you want to rely on for fly balls. This is a guy who will power a fly ball over the fence for a home run. At any given moment, he's got that kind of pop.
Erlin delivers the 1-0. In there for a strike, 1-1 to Morse. 2 outs now. Base hit. Could score Pence. Robbie Erlin looking to get out of early danger here in San Francisco. Erlin with 12 early pitches. Going through the signs with Grandal. Have to call time. With that runner on second base, Addison, what does that change to the hand signals that Grandal is trying to relay to Erlin?
Yeah, I don't think, you're not really sure what the Giants have got with their system between Morse and Pence, but certainly you've got to be more protective of your Grandal when you've got a runner in scoring position like that, and especially when you've got Erlin, who's relying so much on being unpredictable with those off-speed pitches.
Great off-speed pitch there to get strike 2 on Morse. 1-2 count. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Erlin deals. Morse chops it the other way. And it's going to go off the wall. Venable scoops it up. Pence will score. Ball comes into second base. Morse has a stand-up RBI double. Gets the Giants out ahead 1-0 early on here in the Bay.
A nice piece of hitting there from Michael Morse. And the pitch that just leaks a little bit too far over the plate. Morse going with it, driving that ball out to right field, off that right field fence. We said Morse is not a guy that you can rely on getting fly ball outs with. He takes that pitch out to right field, and Pence obviously going to score easily on a ball to the wall. And a good start for the Giants, giving Tim Hudson some run support in the bottom of this first inning.
Baton gets passed to Brandon Belt, who comes into tonight's matchup with 255 average. And he's looking to get another run in for the Giants early here, give his pitcher some breathing room. Erlin with the 0-1, way up high. Erlin's got to settle down here. Keep the Padres in this game. Can't afford for a big first Giants inning. Belt being patient at the plate, waiting for his pitch from Erlin. Erlin, good pitch, bottom right outside corner. Able to get Belt to chase 1-2 count, one strike away from getting out of this inning.
Reared up and threw that fastball, painted that outside corner. Belt way behind that one. Big pitch there from Robbie Erlin. Chance to get out of it here now. Another runner in scoring position. This would be huge for the Padres.
Erlin comes set and deals. Breaking ball out in front. Belt didn't chase 2-2 count. Good pitch from Erlin there. Had one to waste. Puts it in front of the plate, almost in the dirt. As we get a good look at Dave Roberts next to Bud Black, bench coach for the Padres. Erlin comes set. Inside pitch. Belt fights it off. First inning, 3 infield fly balls. Cabrera gets it done. Almost lost it in the sky. But the Padres get out of the first inning with just allowing 1 run to the Giants on 2 hits. Grandal, Jerko, and Alonso coming up for the Padres.
Yasmani Grandal stepping to the plate for the Padres here in the top of the second inning. Tim Hudson on the mound for the Giants. His 9th pitch is a ball too far outside to the Padres catcher. 1-0 the score here in San Francisco. Giants taking the lead on a bottom of the first inning RBI double from Michael Morse off Robbie Erlin. So some early run support and help for Tim Hudson. 2-0 the count now to Grandal. And a grounder over to Hicks. And he will deliver the ball to Brandon Belt to retire Yasmani Grandal for the first out of the inning. As we rewind to Yasmero Petit. Last night, his performance against the Padres, he was dynamic on the mound, striking out Nick Hundley multiple times for the Giants, as they were able to come away with a victory behind the performance of him and Buster Posey. And now Jed Jerko to the plate for the Padres, and he swings through that first pitch. 88 miles an hour there from Tim Hudson.
Petit had the Padres guessing all night yesterday, and it'll be Hudson now to look to silence these Padres bats as Jerko off to a cold start this year.
And just 4 hits in his last 28 at-bats, and now down early in the count, 0-2 to Hudson with 1 down in the inning. Righty on righty matchup. And Hudson's delivery is in the dirt. Posey keeps that one in front of him.
Good eye there from Jerko. That was a good pitch from Hudson, breaking out of the zone late.
Buster Posey and Tim Hudson have built a strong chemistry and a dynamic battery for the Giants in this veteran rotation. And another ball there on a breaking ball, 2-2, is the count now to Jed Jerko.
That one kind of backed up on him there. That might have been a strike in that high right corner of the zone. Fooled Jerko.
And the 2-2 delivery is grounded to the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. He makes the play with no problem. And the second out of the inning for the Giants.
Jerko and Grandal both rolling over 2 ground balls. Easy outs for the Giants in this second inning. Hudson keeping the ball low in the zone. Going to be really hard for the Padres hitters to lift that ball out of the infield, and it's been effective so far. 2 easy ground ball outs.
And 2 down in the inning. It's going to be Yonder Alonso, and that is a strike on the outside corner to the Padres' first baseman. Yonder coming into this game 172, but hitless in his last 23 at-bats, looking to break out of that slump here. 0-1 the count, and he grounds that one to the second baseman. Hicks handles it with ease and retires the Padres on 3 straight ground balls. Another efficient inning for Tim Hudson. Giants, in the bottom of the second, will look to tack on some insurance. Bottom of the second inning here from San Francisco. Brandon Hicks steps to the plate for the Giants. And the first pitch from Robbie Erlin is in the dirt for a ball. Erlin, 19 pitches in that first inning, surrendered the RBI double to Michael Morse. And that leaves us at the 1-0 score in favor of the Giants as Hicks delivers a fly ball deep to right field. That one's at the track, at the wall, and gone! Brandon Hicks with a solo home run, and the Giants have doubled their lead here in the bottom of the second.
Hicks does a great piece of hitting there, outside pitch on the corner of the plate, but Hicks takes it right where it's pitched into right field, able to get a lot of power behind that one and able to get it up and over the wall.
That was a high fly ball to deep right field in that short porch. 309 it is to right field, and Brandon Hicks able to just squeeze it over the brick wall. And the Giants with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Struggle of a start so far for Robbie Erlin. That was a strike there to Brandon Crawford.
Both Giants RBIs, right-handed hitters hitting the ball the opposite direction to right field, taking the pitch where it's pitched into right field. Great pieces of hitting from the Giants.
And Erlin, as we talked about, not a guy who's going to rely on velocity. He's going to rely on those off-speed and try to attack those corners, Harry. As you said, nice job by the Giants early just going with it. That was a nice piece of hitting there from Brandon Crawford, but right to Cameron Maben, and the Padres get the first out of the bottom of the second.
Maben almost overran it, but we get a good look at the replay here. Hicks gets it right above that Levi's sponsor sign on the right field wall for the home run.
Hicks, who had 2 putouts in that first inning, the top of the second rather. A strike there delivered to Joaquin Arias. Filling in for Pablo Sandoval today. 132 average. Coming into this one, looking to add to that today. 1-1 the count to the Giants' third baseman, and he grounds that one to the left side. That one handled easily and thrown over to first base for the out by Jace Peterson. And Tim Hudson now is going to get a chance to help himself out. 2 scoreless innings from Hudson on the mound so far. He's been a solid hitter throughout his career. 3 home runs and 40 RBIs. Better than most guys can say at that pitching position. And that is a drive into center field. Hudson around first. He'll head back to the bag for a single. So Hudson extends the inning with 2 outs, and the Giants back to the top of the order.
Hudson means business when he gets in the box. Look at him. He's dialed in. Puts that right up the middle where it came from. 286 OPS on the season. And Hudson helping himself out, getting a runner on. Making Erlin pitch a few more pitches this inning. And great piece of hitting from the Giants starter.
And now Perez steps to the plate for the Giants, and he swings through the off-speed pitch there from Robbie Erlin. And Tim Hudson, we talked about it a little bit right before. You saw his stats in his career at the plate. 169 average, but 3 home runs and 40 RBIs is better than most pitchers can say.
Definitely getting his money's worth when he steps up at the plate. And every opposing pitcher's got to respect Hudson in the box. Because if you don't, it's going to end up being bad, and he's going to tack on runs against you.
1-1 the count to Juan Perez. 2 down in the inning. Hudson on first. That one grounded foul. 91 on the gun. Erlin with the fastball there low and in.
We've seen Erlin get to the end of the inning, and he's got to be able to get this final third out. Can't let the Giants tack on too many runs or the Padres will be out of it early in San Francisco.
2 down in the bottom of the second. 1-2 the count. Erlin comes set with Perez in the box. And the payoff delivery is inside. A breaking ball that got away from Erlin. And the count is now even at 2-2.
Missed his spot there, was aiming low and away, and that pitch ended up low and inside.
Another ball leaking over the middle of the plate from Robbie Erlin. Lucky that it leaked too far inside for Perez to handle. The 2-2. That was a well-placed breaking ball that froze Juan Perez, and that's going to end the bottom of the second. Giants tack on another. A home run from Brandon Hicks doubles the lead for San Francisco as we head to the top of the third.
Cameron Maybin steps into the box for the Padres, the center fielder. 267 average as Hudson delivers his first pitch of the third inning, and Maybin chops that to the shortstop. Brandon Crawford, easy play to Brandon Bell at first place for the Giants' first out. Hudson making quick work of these Padres hitters. 1 pitch, 1 out.
A lot of ground balls being induced early from Tim Hudson. We said that he's not going to blow you away with his velocity, but he's got great stuff, great command. And so far, he's done a good job of getting these Padres hitters off balance.
Third baseman Jace Peterson steps into the box. Left-handed hitting, right-handed throwing, and he drives the ball off the glove of Brandon Bell into right field for a base hit. First hit for the Padres tonight comes from Jace Peterson. As he gets on base, Robbie Erlin, the pitcher, will come to the plate.
It was a bullet from Jace Peterson, and you take a look at the effort there from Brandon Belt. And Brandon Belt, one of the taller first basemen in Major League Baseball, not even he could leap up and make that play. That was a hard hit ball from Jace Peterson. And at the top of the order coming up, if you're the Padres, you're looking to, top of the order after Robbie Erlin, rather. But Padres looking to chip into this 2-0 deficit.
Peterson gets back safely. Erlin looking to do the same thing that Hudson did for himself and trying to move Peterson into scoring position. Hudson delivers the pitch. Erlin going to bunt. Gets it down. And it's going to be a foul ball. Posey made the play to first, but will redo. Erlin will come back to the box. Just trying to move that runner over for the top of the order. Cabrera on deck. And then Venable.
The Giants were all over that. Of course, a risky play with Erlin, who doesn't run real well. And of course, 1 out in the inning. The double play still possible if the sacrifice isn't well executed. Tim Hudson and Buster Posey, 2 experienced guys at the pitcher and catcher position who know how to handle situations like this, and the quick throw over there from Tim.
Peterson able to get back safe. Erlin looking to put a runner in scoring position for the top of his lineup. As Hudson is trying to get out of this inning. In 1 pitch here, try to turn a double play. Erlin squares the bunt. Can't get it down. Foul ball. 0-2 count to Erlin. Addison, if you're the Padres now, do you keep the bunt on or do you take it off and let Erlin take a swing?
Yeah, I mean, in this situation, I think you're pretty much looking at a guaranteed out either way. I think since you're looking for the sacrifice, you might as well just try and get that bunt down. That's what Erlin's out there to do. We'll see what Bud Black goes with here. In the 0-2 count, 1 down.
Hudson comes set. Erlin squares. The throw goes to first. Peterson barely back safe.
It's a quick move there from Hudson. A bang play there at first base. Jace Peterson just able to get back. I mean,
wow, that's close. Peterson's got to be careful. Erlin squares again. Ball. Hudson misses down and away. Erlin still looking to bunt his third baseman over into scoring position. But Erlin's really got to be careful here to get it down in fair play. Foul ball would be the second out of the inning. Erlin fouls it back. That's the second out of the inning. Peterson still at first base. How crucial is that, Addison? The starting pitcher for the Padres unable to get the runner into scoring position.
Yeah, trying to advance. Obviously, with the top of the order coming up, now you're stuck at 2 outs with that runner still on first. And the Giants were cognizant of the threat of Peterson stealing, obviously, on that at bat as well, as Hudson throwing over multiple times to keep Peterson close to the bag at first base. Well executed defensively there from the Giants, and now a chance to get out of the inning.
Missed opportunity for the Padres brings Cabrera to the plate. Peterson back safe.
Tim Hudson not letting Peterson get any further off that first base bag, keeping him honest over there. With the top of the order coming up. Of course, Everth Cabrera with that ground out to begin things.
Cabrera looking to move the Padres runner over as Hudson delivers a strike. 0-1 to Cabrera. Cabrera's speedster looking to put the ball in play here and see if he can get a hit for the Padres.
And a chance for Hudson really to complete another extremely efficient inning to begin this one. Only 25 pitches through 2 2/3. 8 outs of play, and he's only fired 25 and another throw over. Of course, he's wasted a few throws.
Another 5 throws going over to Brandon Belt at first base. 0-1 count still to Cabrera. But the pitch count remains low for Hudson, like you mentioned, Addison, especially if he can get out of this inning with Cabrera. 2 outs. Hudson, good pitch, but it's low. Cabrera takes 1-1 count.
Yeah, off speed there from Tim Hudson. Just didn't have enough legs on it. And Cabrera with a good take.
Hudson getting ahead of these Padres hitters, though. Every pitch doesn't need to be a strike if he's throwing them with purpose. Hudson comes set, delivers to Cabrera. It's a ball. Peterson steals, and he's safe under the tag of Crawford. A head-first slide gets Peterson in safe to second base. Padres finally get their runner in scoring position.
And just a bit of an errant throw there from Posey. And thought maybe Crawford got him on the back leg there, but Jace Peterson, a good job with that head-first dive, diving around the tag of Crawford. As you said, Harry, to get the Padres into scoring position. And now if you're Everth Cabrera, a chance to cut into this deficit for San Diego. Bang, bang play there at second on the stolen base there from Jace Peterson.
Cabrera watches ball 3. 3-1 count for Cabrera. Hudson close to losing the Padres' leadoff hitters that just hits the strike zone below the knees. According to home plate umpire Mark Ripperger, 3-1 pitch to Cabrera. Hudson deals. Strike 2. Great pitch from Hudson.
That one looked like it was virtually in the same spot as the last pitch. Maybe elevated it just a little bit into the strike zone. Cabrera taking on that 3-1 count with Venable on deck, that righty-lefty matchup. But Cabrera takes the strike there. And now a 3-2 count. Chance for Hudson to get out of this unscathed.
Cabrera with a runner in scoring position. 3-2, 2 outs. Hudson comes set. Cabrera takes time. Patient hitter Cabrera wants to face Hudson on his terms. Cabrera looking for a base hit. Score the Padres' first run of the game. Chokes up on the bat a little. Hudson comes set. And it's strike 3. Cabrera swings through an inside breaking ball. And Hudson gets out of the second inning. Hunter Pence coming up to the dish. He'll lead off for the Giants in the bottom of the third. And Pence will take strike 1 on the inside corner. Erlin, a good 89-mile-an-hour fastball to get us started. Pence able to get a hit and score off the Posey, or off the Morse double, I should say, as Pence getting off to a good start in the 2014 season. Erlin, 0-2 count, up high for a ball.
And something Erlin has not really been able to do is get ahead of these Giants hitters. Done a nice job of it here so far against Pence, but can he finish?
Erlin's 1-2, low. Erlin doing a good job mixing up the variety of his pitches, trying to keep the Giants hitters off balance.
We talked about it a little bit earlier, but these Giants hitters will not make mistakes. They will make you pitch to them.
Erlin's fastball fouled straight back by Pence. That was a good pitch for Pence to hit.
But Pence got down in the count early, and he's been able to fight back. And now Erlin up to 38 pitches in comparison to the pitch count that Tim Hudson's got so far. Erlin well behind him. The Giants have roughed him up pretty decently so far in these early innings.
Pence grounds it foul. But yeah, the Giants are going to get into this Padres bullpen in a couple innings here, especially if they continue to score runs at the plate. Erlin's 2-2 to Pence. Grounded up the middle, knocked down by Erlin. Plenty of time, and he's able to get Pence by a couple steps. Great play there by Erlin, able to get the first out of the third.
Nice job there by Erlin just to kind of protect himself and get out of the way of that ball. Good job fielding his position, presence of mind to find the ball after he deflected it, fire that one over to first base for the first out of the inning. And that's not an easy play to make, especially with someone the speed of Hunter Pence running down that first baseline.
Erlin, a great job there. Knew he had time to take his time and make the play. No rush from the steady Erlin. Posey at the plate now. Watches strike one.
That was a slow breaking ball there to Buster Posey. I think he wanted that ball called because Grant Dahl wasn't able to squeeze that one. Doesn't get the call there from the home plate umpire.
Posey popped out in the first. Looking to get on here in the third. Erlin low with the fastball. 1-1 count. Posey, just a steady hitter, can hit to all areas of the ballpark. Erlin delivers his 1-1. Posey grounds that one foul down the third baseline. As we get another flashback, Giants at Padres, a deep shot to left center field. Off of Robbie Erlin, Buster Posey puts it in the bullpen. And Posey will look to do some damage with a 1-2 count as Erlin deals. And Posey fouls that one down the right field line. Trying to stay alive, tacking on the pitches on Robbie Erlin up to 44 now. Posey waiting for his pitch. Gonna stay alive until he gets it. Erlin. Posey fights it off into right center field, and Venable is able to close the gap for the second out of the inning.
Second straight time Posey's gotten jammed by Robbie Erlin. The first time he popped it up on the infield, that time able to get it out into right center field. It's still a pitch that leaks too far inside for Posey to handle, and only able to measly line that one out to right center field. And Will Venable able to get under that. And Robbie Erlin now a chance for his cleanest inning of the game so far.
First time Erlin has gone the first two Giants batters out of the game, and he'll face Michael Morse. The 0-0 is a ball low. Last time Morse was up, he slapped a double to right field, scoring Hunter Pence for the first run of the game, a .310 average from the Giants left fielder.
He's been real hot early. 6 home runs, 20 RBIs for the Giants coming into this one.
Erlin just misses on the outside corner, 2-0 to Morse.
Haven't even hit the month of May yet, and Morse is proving to be a key piece of this Giants lineup so far. And now ahead in the count against Erlin once again.
What makes Morse so good is he's hitting for power and average as he misses that slider from Erlin on the outside corner. 2-1 count now. but Morse, with the highest average on the Giants, able to hit for power as well. Very rare that players are able to do that, and it shows how good of a hitter Michael Morse is as Erlin delivers high, making it a 3-1 count to Morse. Bottom of the third inning with 2 outs. Brandon Belt on deck if Morse were to get on base. The 50th pitch from Robbie Erlin is missed by Michael Morse, gets the fastball by him. 3-2 count.
A big swing there from Morse. He's a little bit behind that. Looked like he was waiting for something off speed with a 3-1 count. Robbie Erlin, 92 mile an hour, one of the faster fastballs we've seen from him so far. And now a chance to end this inning 1-2-3.
Erlin's 3-2, fouled away by Morse.
Another 92 mile an hour pitch there from Erlin. Morse able to catch up to that one and just foul it off, but jammed there again.
Erlin starting to reach back a little further, throw his fastball a little faster. It was 89-90 earlier, now up to 92. Morse fouls another one off down the right field line. Staying alive here, 52 pitches on the Padres starter. Tim Hudson for the Giants has been much more efficient on the mound. Morse just missing that one, dropping that back knee to get to it. Full count, and he walked him. Michael Morse gets on base for the second time today. Brings up Brandon Belt for the Giants, and he'll look to do some damage.
Not the worst thing in the world. If you're Robbie Erlin, of course, you've got the lefty-lefty matchup now with Brandon Belt, and Michael Morse has already gotten you one time in this game, so you got to be careful with how you pitch to him. You got him a couple times with that fastball, that last fastball that ended up out of the zone. Just kind of got away from him there, so now a chance for Brandon Belt.
Erlin misses with the first pitch of the at-bat. 1-0 count to Belt. Erlin's got to shake off that walk to Morse, and he's got to attack Brandon Belt, get out of this inning unscathed.
Hicks, who's already homered, is on deck for the Giants.
Belt slaps that down the left field line and foul. Erlin has good command of the zone, but the Giants hitters have just been able to attack and find Erlin's mistakes and cash in on them. Erlin readies his 1-1 pitch to Belt. It's off speed. Belt slaps it to left field. Charging and not making the catch is Seth Smith, not known for his defense. Jace Peterson has to go out to left field. It's going to be a double for Brandon Belt, hitting it where the defense isn't, and it's going to put 2 runners in scoring position for the Giants.
And just kind of a measly, soft little pop-up there from Brandon Belt off the off-speed there from Erlin. Seth Smith, as you said, not known for his defense. He's got to sprint full speed towards the infield to try and make this play. Kicks off his foot there after he couldn't make the catch, and that results in Michael Morse and Brandon Belt being able to move up that extra base, and now Hicks with a chance to really break this thing wide open here in the bottom of the third.
Erlin deals to Hicks. He swings through a fastball, 0-1. But a great piece of base running from Michael Morse and Brandon Belt to get to second and third. A base hit now, scores 2 from Hicks. Erlin goes back to the windup. Erlin's 0-1 for a strike right down the middle. Froze Brandon Hicks. Just last inning, Hicks deposited that one on top of the right field wall for a home run to give the Giants their 2-0 lead where it stands right now. But Erlin with an 0-2 count, can he finish off Hicks? Hicks takes a timeout. Gonna make Erlin stand on the rubber just a little bit longer. 58 pitches now, not even through the third inning for Robbie Erlin. Erlin off speed gets Hicks to swing through it for the strikeout. Padres get out of the third inning, leaving 2 runners in scoring position, and the Giants take a 2-0 lead to the top of the fourth.
Will Venables steps to the plate for the Padres, and that first pitch from Tim Hudson to begin the top of the fourth is a strike to the Padres right fielder. And the 0-1 pitch, Posey set up on the outside corner. That one too far outside for Venable. 1-1 the count now. Coming into this game with a 2.04 average. 0 for 1 with the ground out in the top of the first inning. Hudson will field that grounder from Venable. And the first out of the fourth inning is easy for San Francisco.
Easy play there for Hudson. Just flips it over to Belt at first. Hudson retiring the first batter of the inning yet again for the Giants.
And Giants defense and Tim Hudson so far have been firing on all cylinders. One down in the top of the fourth. Seth Smith now into the batter's box for the Padres. And he grounds that one right side and foul. It seems like every other pitch from Tim Hudson is a ground ball from these Padres hitters.
Padres haven't really been able to get into a groove and lift many balls into the outfield, give a chance to get on base.
Smith flew out in the first inning. Padres unable to generate really much offense in this game. Jace Peterson reached second in the top of the third. That's the furthest that Padres base runner has gotten in this one. That one lifted into right center field. Hunter Pence over to make the play for the second out of the fourth.
Another 2 quick outs for Hudson, moving through this Padres lineup real easily. Not really sweating out there if you're Hudson quite yet, as Smith just gets that one off the end of the bat. A good pitch from Hudson down and away. Makes an easy play for Hunter Pence in right center field.
Smith out in front of that pitch. And now Yasmani Grandal, the catcher for San Diego, to the plate. And the pitch is taken for a strike. Off speed there from Hudson. Catches the inside corner.
Great pitch there from Hudson. Pitching that one backdoor, trying to get the two-seamer on the inside corner against the lefty Grandal.
Breaking ball there from Hudson. Low in the zone, but catches the bottom of that strike zone for the second strike. 0-2 now the count with 2 outs and a chance for Hudson to get out of this one very quickly and efficiently for the Giants. The payoff pitch too high and out of the zone.
Posey set up way above the zone there. Just trying to change the eye level of Grandal. Now they're probably going to go low and away to Grandal, try to get him to chase.
That fastball got away from Hudson. That one didn't, and it's driven out into right center field, and it's going to get to the wall. Grandal's around first. He'll head to second. Pence picks it up at the warning track, and Grandal is into second with a 2-out double.
Great piece of hitting there by Yasmani Grandal, staying with that off-speed pitch down and away, driving it into the right center field gap, one-hopping the wall, and Grandal stayed on that one, stayed down, and just drives that one into the gap.
Grandal hit that one to the deepest part of the ballpark. And now another runner in scoring position for the Padres. Jed Jerko now with a chance to cut into this deficit for San Diego.
Would be huge if San Diego could get on the board here with 2 outs.
Jerko 5 for his last 29. After that ground out in the first. Grounds that one to Crawford. He fields it and fires it over to Brandon Belt to end the top of the fourth inning. We will head to the bottom. Giants looking to tack on to this 2-0 lead. Welcome back to San Francisco. Brandon Crawford stepping into the batter's box for the Giants. Bottom of the fourth inning. Robbie Erlin, the lefty, still out there for the Padres. That breaking ball catches the outside corner for the first strike. Crawford 0 for 1 with a flyout.
Erlin up to 60 pitches now. Hudson still down at 40 pitches as Crawford puts that one down the right field line.
Crawford is off to the races as that one gets into the right field corner. And he's going to try for 3. Here's the throw from Jerko. Crawford with the dive, and he's in there with a triple. Just a ground ball past the first baseman. Alonso unable to make the play, and Crawford was off to the races. It took Will Venable a second to dig that one out of the right field corner. Just enough time for Brandon Crawford to get over to third.
Crawford knows he wants 3 right out of the box. Able to get his horse in gear, getting into third base before the tag from Peterson. And Crawford had to switch it into high gear around second base, able to get into third with a leadoff triple for the Giants, and they will look to add to their 2-0 lead.
The second triple of the season for Crawford. Joaquin Arias to the plate, and he lifts that one into center field. Coming on to make the play is Cameron Maben, and he will fire that one towards the dish. Not deep enough for Crawford to make a play. And that'll be the first out of the inning for the Giants.
Unproductive out there, but it's not a bad swing from Arias, who lifts that one into the outfield, but just not deep enough for Crawford to try to get home.
Bottom of the fourth inning, 1 down. Crawford at third. Now Tim Hudson. Singled in the first inning, looking to help himself out with an RBI opportunity. Takes that breaking ball for a strike.
First pitch curveball to the opposing pitcher. You do not see that very often. But Hudson is respected in the box. Another single from Hudson gives the Giants a 3-0 lead.
0-1 delivery from Erlin, working out of the windup. Another breaking ball catches the inside corner. And another strike to the Giants pitcher.
Hudson did not like that one. Thought he got a little squeezed.
0-2 the count. Infield in, trying to protect Crawford at third base. That is a strike on the outside corner to retire Hudson.
Hudson doesn't like that one either, but that was a great pitch on the black from Erlin. Able to get the huge second out of this inning. Hudson can't help himself.
Big second out of the inning for Robbie Erlin, and after the leadoff triple from Brandon Crawford, the Giants with 2 straight outs and a chance for the Padres to strand Brandon Crawford at third base. Juan Perez squares to bunt, takes the strike. 0-1 the count now with 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth.
Perez looking for a base hit here, leadoff hitter for the Giants to give them a 3-0 lead.
Another strike there from Erlin, fastball on the outside corner, and Perez quickly down 0-2.
Erlin looks a lot more comfortable working out of the windup, working a little faster too through these Giants hitters.
Crawford at third. Erlin shakes off a few signs from Grandal. Sees something he likes, fires the payoff pitch, and he got him. The third out of the inning on a swing and a miss on the fastball to Juan Perez, and we will head to the top of the fifth inning. Padres looking to cut into this 2-0 deficit.
Tim Hudson back on the mound, going up against yonder Alonso, 0 for 1. Alonso takes ball 1 outside. Hudson just at 41 pitches, looking to get through this Padres fifth inning. 1, 2, 3. Hudson looking to go deep into this ball game for the Giants. The second pitch outside again. Couple pitches there. Backing up on Hudson. Going out over the right-hand batter's box. Alonso waiting for his pitch. Hudson delivers. Just misses on the outside corner. 3-0 to Alonso.
And this is the first time we've seen Hudson really struggle to get ahead of hitters tonight. He's really been efficient against the Padres, as you alluded to. His pitch count much lower than Robbie Erlin at this point in the game, but a 3-0 count to begin things to Alonso. Nice pitch there to get a strike for Hudson.
Puts that one in for a strike. 3-1 hitters count to Alonso. 167 average. Alonso trying to find his rhythm at the plate. Get the leadoff batter on for the Padres. Grounds that one down the right field line and just foul. That one almost reaches the seats. 3-2 now to Alonso. Padres would be a huge help if they can get Alonso, the leadoff hitter, on. Try to work him into scoring position and put a run on the board. The 3-2 chopped to Belt, the first baseman, who gives off to Hudson for the out. Great play there by Hudson, beating Alonso to the bag.
Nice job there from Tim Hudson, fighting back in the count after getting down 3-0. As flashback to April 30th, 2004, that was a huge home run, a walk-off, or not a walk-off home run rather, but a huge home run that was deflected over the left field wall. Top of the fifth inning, and one down, and Tim Hudson, as you said, 46 pitches, an efficient start, able to fight back to get the out there on Yonder Alonso.
Good start to the at-bat with Maben, 0-1. First pitch over the heart of the plate, but Maben doesn't offer. Maben also, like Alonso, looking to find some rhythm at the plate for the Padres. That one lifted into right center field. Pence on the run, and he will make the catch in the gap. Good play there from Hunter Pence on a ball struck pretty well from Cameron Maben.
And a nice job there by Pence. Maben, who runs really well, put that one into the gap, and Pence needing to get over there to protect from the extra base hit, and does a nice job making that catch on the run. And Tim Hudson, those first three balls seem like a distant memory now for the Giants. 2 outs and a chance to get to the bottom of the fifth unscathed once again.
Peterson at the dish, takes ball one low. One of the only Padres with a hit so far tonight. As he will bat with 2 outs, singled in the third, stole a base, but Padres unable to bring him around. Hudson delivers for a strike, 1-1. Great pitch on the bottom of the zone. Able to find the knees. Hudson with the 1-1. Peterson, a ground ball to Belt again. Belt to Hudson, and he gets him. Peterson hustling down the line, but Hudson beats him yet again to the bag. 3 up, 3 down for the Giants as we head to the bottom of the fifth. And Hunter Pence will face Robbie Erlin. And Pence's first pitch swinging, lifts it down the right field line. Alonso gives chase, but it's in the stands for a fan. Robbie Erlin goes back out for the fifth inning. Could be his last. Hunter Pence was chasing that first pitch. Pence with one of the 2 giant runs. Looks at ball 1-1 to Pence. Addison, what do you think of Erlin when he's working out of the windup as opposed from the stretch? How comfortable is he in both of those?
He certainly looked more comfortable in the windup after he got that pop fly, allowed that triple to begin the inning. After he kind of settled down, got back into the windup, he was able to work a lot more efficiently, as you said, working a lot quicker. Fired that ball in there to Pence, and now the count at 2-2. But as you said, looked a lot more comfortable through the latter part of that inning once he was able to get back to the windup.
Giants put Erlin in the stretch early in the first couple innings when they've got their runs, but Erlin been able to work a little bit more out of the stretch in the recent innings. As Pence runs the count full, Posey on deck, no outs here in the fifth. Erlin deals. Pence grounds it foul down the third baseline. Erlin looking to finish his outing strong for the Padres. Comes in with a 1-3 record. But he has kept the Padres in this game, just allowing the Giants to 2 runs with a 3-2 count to Pence, who grounds out to the shortstop Cabrera. Cabrera with ease to Alonso for the first out of the fifth inning. And Erlin is able to retire Pence.
Harry, as you said, Erlin, ever since those first 2 runs for the Giants, he's done a real nice job keeping the Padres in this game, and they have not really done the same for him. They've really struggled offensively against Tim Hudson and offered virtually no run support. And Erlin, who struggled to begin this game, who's really started to find a groove, nothing really to show for it through the back half, or as we head to the back half of this contest tonight. Buster Posey now stepping in.
Buster Posey lines a base hit to center field. Maben gets it back in. Great piece of hitting there from the Giants catcher.
And Posey, nice piece of hitting there to drive that one into center field. A nice level, even swing there from Posey, meeting that ball, lining it into center field. And now a chance for Michael Morse to make another big impact in this game. Had that RBI double in the first inning to get the Giants on the board. Yet to be retired in this game.
Morse looking to do some damage here in the bottom of the 5th. Looking for his 21st and 22nd RBIs of the season as Erlin comes set, working out of the stretch. He deals a curveball that gets in the zone, gets him out to an 0-1 count to Morse. Posey, no threat to steal at first base. Erlin just working on Morse. Erlin doesn't even check on Posey. Deals to Morse. Morse chases down low for an 0-2 count now. And Erlin will look to retire Morse for the first time tonight. Getting ahead. Huge for Erlin.
Yeah, nice pitch low in the zone there, getting Morse to chase. And this is as you said, Harry, a massive pitch. A couple of times Erlin's gotten ahead in counts, but hasn't been able to finish the at-bat strong, and a chance here for him to do that and get the second out of this 5th inning.
Grandal calls timeout late there. Wants to reset with his pitcher as Tim Stauffer in the Padre bullpen. First Padres reliever up and at him. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. An 0-2 count to Michael Morse. And Morse lines that one foul down the right field line. Staying alive here. Tacking on these pitches to Erlin. Next pitch will be his 80th. Morse looking to stay alive. Avoid the ground ball double play that Erlin is licking his chops for. Erlin delivers the 0-2. Just misses the inside part of the plate. Morse, a fantastic eye, lets that one go. Addison, what kind of courage does it take for Erlin to rear up and throw an inside fastball against Morse, who has shown he can hit for power?
Yeah, well, Erlin, when he's struggled a few times to locate a few of those pitches and has had a few instances this game where that ball has leaked over the middle of the plate. So, as you said, a very gutsy pitch there.
Erlin, curveball. Morse grounds it to Cabrera. Cabrera takes it himself to second, to first. For the double play, Alonso squeezes it. Erlin gets out of the 5th. No runs allowed. He'll come to the plate in the top of the 6th.
Back in San Francisco as Robbie Erlin steps into the box for the Padres. That is a strike there from Tim Hudson. Hudson, a shutout going so far here into the 6th inning. An immaculate pitching performance from the veteran for the Giants. 2-0 lead for San Francisco as Erlin swings and misses at that one. 0-2 the count. Struck out on 3 failed bunt attempts in the 3rd inning. Only 5 at-bats on the season for the Padres right-hander. 0-2 the count, and he takes that one outside.
With Erlin's high pitch count, I'm a little surprised the Padres don't go to a pinch hitter here and bring in a new pitcher in the bottom of the 6th, Erlin. The Giants got to him early and often, and now he's trying to hang in there, facing a 1-2 count.
That one fouled left side and out of play. We'll redo the 1-2 count from Hudson to Erlin. We talked about it last inning, but Erlin, after giving up those 2 runs in the first 2 innings, has really settled in for the Padres, and now Bud Black looking to squeeze as many innings as he can out of his right-hander to try and preserve that bullpen. And a swing and a miss on the breaking ball there for the first out of the inning.
Great pitch there from Hudson, able to retire his counterpart. Gets a big first out of the 6th inning. Top of the order now for the Padres. Cabrera will head to the plate.
Top of the order for the Padres. Tim Hudson continues to deal in this one. 2-0 the lead for San Francisco. And that one grounded to Belt. Second out of the inning.
Quick outs so far for Hudson. Cabrera rolls over that one. We've seen many Padres hitters do that for easy ground balls for the Giants infield to handle.
As we take a look at Hudson's pitch breakdown by inning, 12th being the highest that he's tallied tonight. That was in the 3rd.
That was against the bottom half of the Padres order, so the top half really hasn't done much.
Will Venable takes a strike on the outside corner. Just an extremely efficient and clean effort so far from Tim Hudson, inducing a lot of ground balls. As you see, Will Venables 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs tonight. The 0-1 delivery is lined down the left field line and foul. 0-2 the count, 2 down. 60th pitch up and coming for the veteran right-hander for the Giants. Venable steps in. Posey gives the sign. Hudson's 0-2 delivery is swung on and missed. And that will end the top of the 6th inning. A 3-up, 3-down inning for Tim Hudson as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Brandon Belt stepping in, and he delivers that one to left field. Seth Smith under it to make the catch for the first out of the bottom of the 6th. Giants with a 2-0 advantage over the San Diego Padres.
Bud Black trots out Robbie Erlin on 81 pitches, 82 now, but he gets a quick 1 pitch out to start the bottom of the 6th.
Exactly what the Padres needed to begin this frame. Looking to protect their bullpen as much as possible as we head down the stretch of this contest. Brandon Hicks stepping into the plate has a solo home run in this game. It accounts for half of the Giants' scoring. That a strike on the outside corner from the left-hander Erlin.
Erlin keeping Hicks away, but it was a pitch away that Hicks was able to hit for a home run to right field, so Erlin looking to be a little cautious around the zone.
That delivery from Erlin off speed, and the count now 0-2 to Hicks.
These past couple innings have looked a little bit more resembling of Hudson. Erlin able to make quick outs here in the 5th and 6th.
Hicks down 0-2 with 1 down in the bottom of the 6th. Erlin out of the windup, gets the sign from Grandal, delivers that pitch inside and out of the zone. A fastball that got away from from Erlin, nearly hit Hicks.
We've seen Erlin go to that inside fastball ahead of the count a couple times now, not afraid to test Hicks inside ahead of the count.
1-2 delivery from Erlin, swung on and missed. And Brandon Hicks will head to the dugout. Another strikeout for Robbie Erlin. As we flash back to a huge play last night for Brandon Crawford, ranging to his right side, firing that one over to Brandon Belt to retire Nick Hundley. Brandon Crawford, a elite fielding shortstop for this Giants team. Had a triple in the 4th inning and will look to do some more damage offensively here with 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. And that one, high and inside, Crawford offers a swing at it and fouls it back to the backstop. Oh, 0-1 the count to the Giants shortstop. That one swung on and missed. A fastball there from Erlin up in the zone. Crawford offers another swing at it. This time unable to make contact. 0-2 the count now. And Erlin with a chance to get the Giants 3 up, 3 down here if he can retire Crawford.
Crawford known for his glove, but also carries a good bat, hitting 7th for the Giants.
That one too far outside. Erlin now 1-2 in this battle against Brandon Crawford, the Giants shortstop. Erlin's 1-2 delivery. That one a breaking ball on the ground. Second baseman Jed Jerko fields it cleanly, and he fires onto Yonder Alonso for the final out of the 6th. Top of the 7th inning coming for the Padres.
Seth Smith steps up to the plate against Tim Hudson. Smith 0 for 3 so far as he watches strike 1 go by. Hudson gets ahead of the count again. His 61st pitch on the game. Smith looking for some success at the plate. 2 early flyouts. Let's see if he can drive the ball on the ground or a line drive. Hudson delivers, and Smith chases a great pitch from Hudson there. Started in the zone, but then just dips below it at the last second. Gets ahead of Smith, an 0-2 count. Addison, what do you like out of Hudson, and why is he able to get ahead of these Padres hitters so efficiently?
Well, he commands his pitches so well, and he doesn't waste any pitches early in the count. He's been super efficient so far, and also he doesn't rely on strikeouts, able to induce lots of ground balls early in counts, and that's what's allowed him to extend this game, or extend this outing for himself so deep here as we're in the 7th inning, and virtually no sign of let up here from Tim Hudson.
Padres have been putting the ball in play, but just can't get runners on as Smith flies out to left field. Morse comes in to make the catch for the first out of the top of the 7th. Some April notes for Tim Hudson. He's never won 4 games in April. He ends with 3 for the 8th time, a 33-11 career record, 11th best in the MLB in the past century. The last Giant pitcher to win 4 April games 2 years ago, Mad Bum, goes 4-1 to start the year as Grandal slaps the first pitch of the at-bat into left center field, and Perez is cut off by Morse, who makes the catch for the second out. 2 quick outs for Hudson, still at 65 pitches. We could see him go into the 8th for sure, maybe even the 9th, as the Padres have never really threatened since the 3rd inning. Hudson has been cruising like a boat in the bay, just cruising around through the Padres order up and down, as Jed Jerko will step into the box trying to extend the 7th inning for the Padres, and he lines that one through the hole into left field for a base hit. Just the 3rd Padres hit on the day, as we get a replay at Morse stepping in front of the center fielder Perez.
Probably the best contact that the Padres have made, maybe other than Yasmani Grandal and that extra base hit that he had. Nice line drive there from Jed Jerko. And with 2 outs here in the 7th, you got Yonder Alonso, the tying run at the plate. And man, if he could somehow break out of this slump that he's in the midst of right here, how huge would that be for San Diego?
Hudson deals low, ball 1 to Alonso. Alonso's been patient at the plate, able to get ahead of Hudson, working himself into some hitters' counts, but he can't find a way to get on base. What does Alonso need to do to extend the inning for the Padres?
He needs to find a way to get the ball elevated and into the outfield somehow. As you saw, 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts. That's what Tim Hudson's been able to do so well against this Padres lineup, is keep that ball low in the zone. Nice fastball there, low and outside. Just such a hard pitch, even if you're able to make contact with it. Even though it is a strike, it's still such a difficult pitch for a left-handed batter like Yonder Alonso to hit.
Alonso sees that pitch out of the hand he's laying off almost immediately. Superb pitch from Hudson, who deals with a 1-1 count. Alonso, another ground ball to the second baseman. Hicks, who delivers to Belt. Hudson gets out of the inning. Just one hit allowed. And Arias, Hudson, and Perez will step to the plate for the Giants in the bottom of the 7th. Erlin trots back out there again. Arias watches ball 1 in the dirt. His 91st pitch. Erlin has got the confidence of Bud Black. Has remained in the game. He's been able to go scoreless since the 2nd inning. Has worked out of some jams, but has worked well when it mattered most. Arias, a weak line drive to the right center field gap, is chased down by Venable. It's going to be a base hit for Arias as the Padres get it back in. The 8th hit for the Giants. Arias, a good piece of hitting there.
Yeah, good job there by Arias to drive that one to the opposite field. And he struggled a little bit at the plate so far this season. Hopefully for the Giants, you want that to serve as sort of a spark for the third baseman. More of a reserve with Pablo Sandoval not in the lineup for San Francisco today, but Arias a key bench bat for the Giants.
Tim Hudson's going to get another chance here to help himself. He squares the bunt, gets it down. It's a foul ball. Grandal tried to pick it up in fair territory, but unable to, and will have to do it again. Hudson comes back to the plate. In the 3rd inning, Erlin had a chance to put a runner in scoring position with no outs, and he was unable to. He strikes out, fouling off a 3rd pitch strike. How big would it be for Hudson here to help himself out, put a runner in scoring position for the Giants, see if they can expand their lead?
Yeah, obviously, bottom of the 7th inning, and the Giants with a real chance to break this game wide open if they can get that runner in scoring position and then possibly home. And so if Hudson can get him over to second with that sacrifice, obviously that would be massive for the Giants. And they're definitely paying attention to Joaquin Arias, who's got good legs over there, good speed for San Francisco. Erlin's got to pay attention to him. And now working out of the stretch, we talked about how comfortable he had seemed through the middle of this game, working out of the windup now with a little bit of pressure on him.
Hudson fouls another one back. 0-2 count. Hudson, a really good hitting pitcher. Do you take off the sacrifice and you let him swing away here, try to get himself on base, or do you keep the sacrifice on Addison?
Well, the biggest thing here, if you're the Giants, is you just want to try and avoid the double play. So if you trust him enough to not ground this one into the middle of the infield, then you probably let him swing away. But other than that, you're probably just looking to avoid the double play in any worst case scenario. And there he is squaring to bunt. So the Giants are obviously being cognizant of that.
The pickoff move there to first base gets Hudson to show there that he was going to square to bunt. Good strategy there from Bud Black. Now the Padres know Hudson will square. And another pickoff to first. Just a soft toss over to Alonso. Trying to keep Arias nearby. Padres trying to turn 2 here on the bunt if they can. Erlin comes set and deals. Hudson gets the bunt down. It's a good one. Erlin only plays at first base. He finds Jerko for the first out of the inning, but Hudson successfully moves Arias to second base with 1 out. Top of the lineup coming up, Perez. 0 for 3, but he will have the next crack at Robbie Erlin as we get a good look at the bunt from Hudson. What do you like about this play from the Giants, Addison?
He did a nice job there, just making contact with that one and getting that one down. Bat head does drop a little bit and can have the opportunity for the ball to pop up into the air, but Hudson able to get that one down onto the ground and advance Joaquin Arias, who was running on contact. Good job by Arias to make sure he got to second base to avoid that double play.
Erlin, first pitch to Perez is in the dirt, but Perez chases. Hits Grandal a little in a bad spot. Bochy loves the sacrifice bunt from Hudson. Hudson has a hit, has a sacrifice bunt, and has a shutout going in the 7th inning with a low pitch count. He's looking for a complete game, a great performance all around from the Giants starter. Perez, ready. Grandal, ready. Erlin comes set with an 0-1 pitch. Perez hits it on the ground to the shortstop Cabrera. Cabrera to first. Alonso stretches For the second out of the inning, Arias stays at second base. And we get a great shot. The Giants teammates embracing Hudson. They love what he's doing up on the mound and in the box tonight.
Yeah, just a huge veteran presence for this Giants dugout. And obviously Hudson, with his performance today, commanding the respect of his teammates. He's helped himself. He's put together a very strong performance on the mound. And honestly, the rest of this Giants offense outside of Morse and Brandon Crawford, for the most part, has been somewhat quiet. And Tim Hudson's been able to keep this Padres lineup at bay as a pitching change now for the Padres.
Dale Thayer enters the game for the Padres. No homers allowed. 174 opponent hitting percent batting average. Thayer delivers strike one on the corner to Hunter Pence. Robbie Erlin exits the game after 6 2/3 innings. And Alexi Amarista will come in to replace the second baseman Jed Jerko as part of the double switch. And Thayer is tasked with getting one out to end the seventh. And he's getting ahead 0-2 on Hunter Pence. And Pence, not a huge fan of that call on the corner.
And bringing in Thayer to face the righty Pence, a little bit different delivery than the Giants have seen so far, and a lot more velocity. We've already seen Thayer hit 94 on the gun, much faster than anything Robbie Erlin was offering up tonight.
There, the 0-2, Pence fouls it off to the right.
And you can tell that Bud Black just wants Thayer to come in and turn that velocity up. As you said, Harry, attack this Giants lineup, attack the middle of the order. Pence the righty on, and then Posey on deck, another righty for the Giants.
Thayer looking to attack the strike zone. Either make the Giants swing and miss or put it in play. The 0-2 is away. Ball one to Pence. Thayer not even looking at Arias on second base. His sole focus is getting Pence out. A huge third out of the seventh inning. Thayer delivers. Pence, a ground ball to the shortstop. Cabrera makes the play, and he's safe at first base. Pence beats it out. Cabrera did not charge at all. He let the ball come to him, and Pence able to beat it out. The Giants have runners at the corners with 2 outs.
You could see Pence a little bit frustrated with the way he hit that ball. Kind of rolled over on that outside fastball. But Everett Cabrera, who's a good fielder at that shortstop position, but Pence just too fast down that first baseline, able to leg out the infield single, and now Buster Posey with a chance to extend this lead with a runner at third for the Giants.
Cabrera, standing on the edge of the infield, lets that ball come all the way to him. Made no move to charge it and get his momentum going to first base. Posey at the dish. First pitch swinging up the middle, and it's a hit for Buster Posey. Arias scores. Giants take a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the seventh. Runners stay on the corners.
That's exactly what you didn't want. If you're Padres manager Bud Black, Dale Thayer comes in and deuces the ground ball to Everett Cabrera, but Hunter Pence's speed, able to leg out the infield single, and then immediately you follow that up with a clutch single from Buster Posey. This is the matchup you wanted to avoid, and Posey takes advantage, and with Pence off on that play, stealing from first base, easily able to make it over to third, and now a chance for the Giants to get another 2-out single with Michael Morse coming to the dish.
An extra base hit here from Morse could almost put the dagger in San Diego, who has been unable to score a single run, and Dale Thayer has yet to get the out he was put in the game for, delivers strike one to Morse.
This is a big moment here. If you're the Padres, deficit larger than 3, much more difficult to come back from with this only 2 innings left of at-bats for the Padres.
Thayer misses outside with the fastball. He's gotten 2 ground balls in the infield, no outs to show for it. One up the middle, the other to the shortstop Cabrera, who is unable to get Pence at first. Thayer misses the 1-1. It's 2-1 to Morse. Morse searching for a hitter's count. steps out of the box. Giants fans urging Morse on, trying to put this one away in the bottom of the 7th. There comes Set. Delivers. Swing and a miss from Morse. It's 2-2. One strike away from getting out of it for Dale Thayer.
Morse just behind that one. Thayer, 94 on the gun. Too fast for Michael Morse to catch up to that one. Just challenged the Giants outfielder there. And now a chance for Thayer to limit the damage.
Swing and a miss from Michael Morse. Dale Thayer allows a run on the base hit from Posey, but he gets out of the bottom of the 7th. 3-0 Giants lead as we head to the top of the 8th.
Gregor Blanco into the game for the Giants, replacing Michael Morse in left field as Cameron Maben steps into the plate, or up to the plate rather, for the Padres. Squared around a bunt there, pulled back, and took a called strike. 0-1 the count now in the top of the 8th. And the 0-1 delivery from Hudson is grounded down the left field line and fair. Blanco over into the corner to chase it down. Maben is going to have a stand-up double to begin the 8th for the San Diego Padres.
Maben hitting .267 on the year, keeps his hands inside, able to ground that one just inside the third base. Way ahead of that one, but keeps it fair, and the speed of Maben easily gets him a double.
A nice piece of hitting from Cameron Maben. As you said, keeping his hands inside that breaking ball, driving it down the left field line. So a runner in scoring position to begin things for the Padres here in the 8th inning. First real precarious situation that Tim Hudson has faced so far in this one. And now Jace Peterson for the Padres. And that a called strike from Hudson.
Peterson just one of 4 Padres with a hit tonight. A hit here would be a huge first run for the Padres, able to get themselves back in this game.
And Peterson up the middle, grounds that one, fielded by Hicks. He fires over to Belt for the first out of the 8th. Maben moving up to third.
Peterson gets his job done there, gets Maben over to third with less than 2 outs. Sac fly here, scores the first Padres run.
Runner on third base. Tim Hudson, a complete game shutout through 7 1/3 innings, but it's being threatened right now by this Padres offense. Alexi Amarista up to the plate now. That one inside, almost hit Amarista. Comes stumbling down to the ground. Posey handles that one, though, to keep the runner at third in a 1-0 count.
Great play by Posey here. Ball is being pitched basically right where Amarista was, and Posey able to just jab his left hand out. Keeps Maben at third.
Amarista, the switch hitter, batting lefty. That one is down the right field line and foul. One the count. One down in the top of the 8th inning. 75 pitches for Hudson to this point. And the 1-1 delivery is grounded up the middle. That one is going to get a run in. Amarista is retired. An RBI ground out for the Padres as they are finally on the board here in San Francisco. 3-1 the score now as the shutout comes to an end for Tim Hudson. 7 2/3 of scoreless baseball from the veteran right-hander. Only 76 pitches. He's going to stay out there and continue this one. As you take a look at the strike ball breakdown, 56-20 strike to ball ratio for Tim Hudson. An efficient outing Everth Cabrera, the shortstop for the Padres. That one too far outside.
Hudson has done a phenomenal job all night, just commanding the zone, letting the Padres hitters hit the ball and trusting his defense to make the plays behind him, as they have, limiting the Padres to a single run on 4 hits.
Cold strike in there for Tim Hudson as we see the bullpen start to get going for the Giants. Santiago Casilla and Jeremy Affeldt, a lefty and a righty out there for San Francisco. Hudson's 1-1 delivery is swung on and missed. Off-speed pitch there from Everth Cabrera. He was way out in front of it, and Hudson ahead in the count. 1-2 with 2 down in the top of the 8th.
Caught Cabrera guessing there. As you said, Addison, way out in front. Cabrera's really got to be patient here and defend the strike zone with 2 strikes.
Posey gives the sign. The 1-2 delivery from Hudson. And grounded foul.
Hudson looking to make his way out of this 8th inning. We'll see if Bochy puts him back out for the 9th as he gets ready to throw his 81st pitch to Cabrera.
1-2, 2 down. Top of the 8th inning, the delivery from Hudson swung on and missed. Cabrera down swinging in the top of the 8th, and the Giants surrender 1 run, but still lead 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Brandon Belt now stepping in for the Giants. Dale Thayer back out there for the Padres. That one taken for a ball from Belt. 93 on the gun from the Padres righty.
Thayer looking for a few more ground balls like he got in the 7th, but hopefully does not allow another run as the Padres just cut the lead down to 2.
Belt did offer at that pitch check swing. Appeal down to the third base umpire. He said he went around. 1-1 the count now for Brandon Belt. And Thayer, high fastball swung on and missed by Belt. Take a look at the replay on the check swing. Not really sure there if Brandon Belt went around. Taking a look in that replay.
Yeah, he kept his hands back there. Really nice job before he kind of started going forward with his bat.
A missed call there from the third base umpire, and a swing and a miss rather there from Brandon Belt, and he strikes out to begin this 8th inning. Tim Hudson for the Giants. He has been special striking out Everth Cabrera there. He's induced numerous ground balls. A really efficient outing for Tim Hudson. And through 8 innings, he's only given up 1 earned run. And we'll see if the manager, Bruce Bochy, allows him to come out to finish things here in San Francisco for the 9th. Brandon Hicks now steps in. Hicks, of course, homered once in this game. 0-1 now the count to the Giants' second baseman. He struck out in the 2 at-bats since that second inning solo homer. That breaking ball too far outside from Thayer. 1-1 the count now. (3-1) our score here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Thayer on the mound for the Padres. He's going to deliver that fastball high. Hicks offers and fouls it back and out of play.
Both Padres pitchers, Thayer and Erlin, have been a lot better later in this game than they were in the beginning at getting ahead of these Giants hitters, and it's been able to slow the attack down. The Giants hitters have been forced to defend the plate a lot more than in those first couple of innings when the Giants scored a couple of their runs.
Swung on and missed there from Hicks. Thayer retires the second batter of the bottom of the 8th inning. As he looks, as you said, much better here in this 8th inning as opposed to when he came in the 7th. Of course, the Padres kind of brought him in a tough position. Thayer giving up the 3rd run of the game for the Giants. Now battling back here in the 8th to get the first 2 outs. And now Brandon Crawford, who tripled earlier in this one. 1 for 3 on the day. And he grounds that one to the second baseman. Amarista handles and fires to first, and we will head to the top of the 9th. A chance for the Padres to tie this game. They need 2 runs to do it.
Tim Hudson back out there in the top of the 9th. Will Venable, the first Padres hitter, as Hudson delivers strike 1, fouled off by Venable. Addison, is there anything the Padres can do here in the 9th? They got 82 pitches now on Hudson. What do they need to do to push a couple runs across the plate?
Yeah, they got to get somebody on base. You would hope early in this inning, try and manufacture something out of one of those balls that Hudson. It's been rare, but he's let a few leak across the plate. The Padres have just not been able to take advantage, beating a lot of balls into the ground, a lot of ground balls, a lot of ground ball outs from this lineup today.
Hudson gets ahead of Venable 0-2 after 2 ground balls go foul. Venable looking to stay alive, 0-2. Padres got 3 outs to work with. Hudson with the pitch. Ties him up. Will Venable strikes out on 3 straight pitches. Tim Hudson gets a huge first out of the 9th. Padres are really going to have to whip up a miracle now. Just a great location with that off-speed pitch. Ties him up. No chance for Venable. Hudson gets the sign from Posey. Laser focus here in the top of the 9th. Seth Smith, the lefty, in the box. Grounds one down the first base line, and it's Hicks who makes a diving play to get it to Belt for the second out of the 9th. And Tim Hudson will look for the complete game as he will face Yasmani Grandal. Padres down to their last out.
And Smith, uber aggressive again on Hudson, and another ground ball out for this Padres lineup. Brandon Hicks, who's had a really nice game, just adding to it there defensively. Of course, had that home run earlier for the Giants, and now a chance for Tim Hudson to finish his masterpiece tonight.
Grandal, the first pitch, watches it. First strike 1. Hudson with 6 strikeouts, has allowed 4 hits, looking to put an exclamation mark on his night. Grandal watches ball 1, 1-1 count.
I think where Posey was set up kind of fooled the home plate umpire there a little bit. Looked like it got the outside corner, but no call.
Grandal doubled in the 4th, looking to hand the baton to Jed Jerko, who's next as he watches ball 2, strike 2, down to their last strike. Great pitch from Hudson, painting the black down and away.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a makeup call there from the home plate umpire. That one looked even further outside than the pitch that was just called a ball.
Hudson delivers, and Grandal hits a high fly ball to right field, and that one is out of here into McCovey Cove. Grandal gives the Padres life. It's 3-2 San Francisco. Down to their last strike, and Grandal deposits it in the bag.
That's the second time Yasmani Grandal has gotten a chance to turn on a pitch from Tim Hudson. He drove one to the wall earlier in this one for a double, and this one just too far out over the plate, and Yasmani Grandal easily turning that ball into a home run for the Padres. And now a chance for the Padres with this deficit now down to just 1 run, the closest they've been since the first inning. And now Sergio Romo is going to come in and try and finish things off for San Francisco.
We will be right back. Sergio Romo, the Giants closer, will look to get the last out against the Padres. here in the top of the ninth. As we get a good look here at Sergio Romo, 11 games so far, holding both sides of the plate to an under 190 batting average, 2.45 ERA early here in the 2014 season. Tim Hudson, a fantastic night on the mound, will hand the ball over to Romo to get it across the finish line. Chris Denorfia in the box for the Padres. Romo misses away. Ball one. Denorfia pinch hitting, 318 average on the season, just 1 for 8 against the Giants, and it's all down to him. Romo, strike one, right down the pipe. Denorfia taking all the way. It's 1-1.
Romo looking for his 7th save on the season now. He's been all reliable for the Giants out of the bullpen so far.
Denorfia with a fly ball down the right field line and foul. Brings it to a 1-2 count. Padres down to their last strike again. This time against Romo. What can Denorfia do to extend the game for the Padres? Fans rise to their feet at AT&T Park. A 1-2 count in the top of the ninth with 2 outs. Romo comes set. Deals to Denorfia. Down and away, 2-2 count. Romo just missed with that one, yanking it down and away. Looking for one pitch. Use his defense to get out of this. For the Giants win, they have dominated tonight. Romo, deep breath, deals. Ground ball from Denorfia. Crawford to his left, makes the play to Belt. And that's the game. Giants emerge victorious. Padres put up a run in the 8th, a run in the 9th. But it's the Giants behind Tim Hudson and his 8 2/3 innings pitched get the win and improve to 17-11, first in the NL West. The Padres, no offensive rhythm tonight, fall to 13-16, fourth in the division. Addison, how was Tim Hudson able to maintain the pace, maintain the strike zone, and ultimately really control the Padres hitters from start to finish tonight?
Yeah, he just really commanded his pitches in the lower part of the zone really well. Induced a lot of ground ball outs from this Padres lineup. And except for Yasmani Grandal, really did a good job of avoiding giving up any huge extra base hits. Kept Padres off the base paths. Just an overall really strong effort